Everything I touch turns to shit. Everything I touch turns to shit, oh yeah. Everything I touch turns to shit, and you don't care.
Hello lovelies, just a quick one today, but who doesn't like a swift knee trembler? I want to say thank you to everyone who posted comments and was otherwise supportive on the wheelchair video, or the latest wheelchair video. It's very easy to feel very isolated and alone if you're speaking out on these sorts of things, or at least if you're speaking out on these sorts of things from my position. Sure, you will always get backup from the chudnet, and that's welcome to an extent, but it's often counterproductive if you're trying to win over people who otherwise have similar sort of politics or whatever you want to call it as I do. But this time it felt different. A lot of people, a lot of different people, a lot of fellow disabled people were leaving a lot of positive and supportive comments, and there were a lot of views on the video without it going particularly negative. Lots of people were sharing stories of their own experience, their own perspective, how they feel about these pandering efforts, and how surface level and even fetishistic they are. There are people who had lost partners who were disabled, who shared stories about them and their viewpoint on this sort of thing. It was a real "I'm Spasticus" moment, and I am incredibly thankful and grateful for that, because it is so easy to feel alone and ignored, even if you are disabled, when the do-gooders have got to be in their bonnet about something. Usually, I think, about their own ego. But still, maybe we have finally reached some sort of turning point, though I've thought that many times over the past 10 years and been disappointed. But if people are less afraid to speak up, and if more non-chudnet people are willing to speak up, and God knows I love my chuds, but if more ordinary people, if more disabled people, if more people affected by this stuff are less afraid to speak up for fear of being cancelled, harassed, whatever, if more people like that are less afraid to point out the hypocrisy of everything, then I don't know, maybe it is time to have hope. But hope is what gets you every single fucking time. But I look more broadly as well. I look at the sweet baby stuff, how little traction the games media and even the mainstream media has this time, how much people are just ignoring it, how much people are looking to alternative sources of news and views. You know, this and a handful of other things that are going on, the exposure of Disney, the failure of a lot of these parasitical enterprises, and this paternalistic sort of infantilizing view towards the disabled and other minorities. Maybe we can finally dare to hope. It was another moment of pride for me to watch these young bucks of Gamergate 2.0 rejecting Matt Walsh in quite a humorous fashion, in a way that we probably should have done when it came to Milo in the first Gamergate. But I understand why people brought Milo in. It was a different landscape, a different time, different media context. But watching that happen to Matt Walsh was perfect. So, you know, there's a few things that look kind of positive, a kind of decent change beyond the ranks of the chudnet, you know, and into normiedom, and into the domain of minorities who are affected by this bullshit as much or more than anybody else. So now all we need to do is we need to watch the other side, the Matt Walshes, the Ben Shapiros, the far right tendency. We have to watch them now a bit more for their own censorious excesses, because the whip never goes away, it just changes hands. But again, I want to say thank you to everyone, and I'm going to try and devote the comments video tomorrow as much as possible to people's stories and solidarity in that video. I'm Spasticus. I have a woefully undersubscribed subreddit, so please do me a favour. If you're a Redditor, head on over to r/postmortem studios and talk about anything related to any of my shenanigans. Peace.